Hello and welcome. Time for a very quick, and I'll try to make it quick, crypto trading video for today, October the 25th, 2017. My name is Derek. Welcome. Everything you do is your own risk, own reward. And earlier today, price action had barely pierced below the 18 average of lows. And it has now since rallied, and it's doing pretty good over just the last very short period of time, as price action has now made it to this previous resistance level, appearing closer to the 18 average of highs now. And I really do like when I can see on the same day, or really the same period, a pull from the low to the high within, of course, a correctionary phase. 4-hour time frame, a move up to the 18 average of highs within such here. So a third test of this level, and there's been many resistance and support marks amongst the same trend line-ish kind of area. It's got to make a move above the 18 average of highs to attempt to revert the trend, but more importantly, support the 18 average of lows and hold it. Didn't do it here. So in any type of retracements, this number is in at about 55 and change, I guess. That's 56, yeah, about 55 or so. And at that stage, if normally if you'd say you see it falling below, then maybe it could have a decent leg lower, breaking the support, maybe come down here if that does happen. But every single time this thing had broken down below, there hasn't been much great opportunities for betting against the market, even though it has been in this downtrend, because there hasn't been any major moves lower within that time period. Any type of great rallies that can hold and stay above here, then we're talking about tangling again within this next level that was traded, which is the all-time high floor, which breaking it will become the second all-time high floor, which is where it's at now. This is the second all-time high floor currently in right now. Within the single hour time frame, as far as reverting the trend, step 1, flatten the band. Step 2, establish resistance. Step 3, come back to the band. Step 4, break it. It broke it at around 56.60ish. It's now up to 57.34. On the quarter hour, 15-minute time frame, interesting situations in here. You can call this a double bottom, cup and handle, whatever. It's all the same. Where you come up to a level like this, have a good retracement, you break it, and on the break, there's supporting where it came from, coming back close to the 18 average of lows, and acceleration breaking the 18 average of highs just recently, and even more recently than that, just now on this current period, it is broken out past this recently established resistance, now in with the test of this area a little higher. And on the weekly chart, it's hardly even falling at all. Well, 2 weeks, 2 periods of consolidating what was a remarkable 3-week run from the 18 average of highs. 3 period up, 2 periods sideways. It's a pause neutrality situation. Anytime you get neutrality situations, usually they resolve themselves within the current trend or path of least resistance, and that is higher. So the odds are likely, more times than not, or greater than 50% on a 2-outcome variable situation, that it's more likely that the significant move is next to be up rather than that of down. Now, as far as my current strategy is concerned, I have been accumulating Bitcoin, distributing altcoins for pretty much the month of October to the tune of being over 90% Bitcoin a couple of days back, and it's down to 70%, which for me is very high. So therefore, because I realize alternate coins albeit maybe not ready to bottom anywhere in the near term, which is now. I do like the strategy of buying when markets go lower, selling when they go higher. So now the stage is accumulating altcoins and distributing Bitcoin. I would like to be at about 30% Bitcoin, 70% alts, but I'm not going to do it all in one session. We're going to gradually transition into such 70% Bitcoin down to 2/3, down to 60%, 55, 50, and so on and so forth. So I'll be doing that within buying up the coins. Now I'm in a situation where I think there's a very good chance that both we will see in the near term, at least a little bit of a further leg within this weekly chart. And shortly thereafter that, a move that would correct within the 18 average, probably like before, maybe even deep to the 18 average of lows or close to it like in here. And where would the 18 average of lows occur after such a time? And how often does markets come back to key areas in which they came from? Well, the answer to that is all but once. Key areas in which it didn't come back to was roughly around 1200. And noticing such, that meant that it went so high, it made a move to the 18 average of lows instead. And as I've stated before, if resistance doesn't come in where it's supposed to, and that's anywhere from now to around a little hair north of 7,000, I would state. If it doesn't come in here, then like it was back in here, it could just continue for more significant gains in the short run. But usually it's not going to do that. It's probably going to top, which means I think for myself, I'm going to be looking to actually sell this into the tether. I think the real best times to do it is when they get well overextended, with the opportunity to look to buy back when it corrects within, of course, the 18 average. So markets go up, you sell, and then you buy back. Markets, if you go up in here, you buy back. Up in here, buy back. And up in here, buy back. So that's how I'm going to do it. We're moving to that up in here mode. So that's why I'll be looking to sell. Now, as far as where I do that, as the market got up to about 6,200 on this high. Areas I don't sell would be like 6,350, 64, 6,450. But starting at around 65, 66, I'll be looking to sell. I've sold a little bit now, but that's because I'm not too sure if it's going to break above this resistance, and only small amounts, very, very small, less than 1% of my Bitcoin bankroll, closer to 0.5%, so barely much at all, but a little bit more when I get to the areas I think are a little toppy. And right now the trend is decent. I've already said it, decent size gain back to the 18. So then for now, that will be everything for this video for today, and most likely even for tonight. And I will be back with you on Thursday. Have yourself a great day. Take care.